Easy black and white image conversion in Photoshop. Hey, this is George Qua-Enoo. You can find me on Instagram at GeorgeQ. Today I will show you the simple way that I use to convert my images to black and white in Photoshop. Let's dive right into it. So basically, for my workflow, normally, since I shoot all raw, I would do my raw conversion in Capture One. And from there, after I'm done, I bring the image into Photoshop, where I do my retouching, heavy maneuver, dodge and bend, cloning, whatnot. And when I'm done with that, I take the image back into Capture One, where I do my final color grading. All my color gradings are done in Capture One. But sometimes if I know that the image is the final output is going to be black and white, I finish the black and white conversion in Photoshop and that's it, I'm done. So today I'll show you the simple process. You can use this technique, this method on any image to convert to black and white. You just have to do a few adjustments based on the type of photo. So for this image, what I'll do, I'll create two black and white layers. There you go. And then I'll hide the top layer, come down to the bottom layer here, and then I'll come here to adjust the color sliders. So for this image, when we access the image, we know which colors make up this image. They are red, yellow, magenta, and if you look at the accessories, the bracelet's got some cyan to it. So those are the color sliders that will be moving and shifting around to get a desired look that we are looking for. So here we go. Sorry. So we come here, the red. Just move the slider a bit. To just use your eye. See what look pleasing to you. Again, we are all image created. We are artists in our own right. So how you see it is what you see. Let it show people what you think something should look, since you are the one who created a photo. Of course, unless you are shooting for a client and you have to do what the client wants. That's what pays the bill, right? So here we come back to the yellow sliders. Bring it out. Some cyan. Put over. I don't want the bracelet too bright, so just a bit there. And then same with the blue would affect a bit, and then the magenta for the watch and the earrings. Okay, go back here in the red, see what I would do. So just a few steps here, we'll work the color sliders here. So that's before, after, and then when we go back to where we started, so go here. So this is what before we did the color. You click on this eye thing here. So before we did the color sliders, and then after, before, after. Now at this point, I would like a little bit, some punch to the image, some punch. So I come back to the top layer, the top black and white adjustment layer that I hid. I'll reveal it. And then I'll come back to the blend mode, change the blend mode to soft light. And then I'll just take the opacity way down to 0. And then I'll move it back in. So yeah, maybe bring the opacity down up to maybe, I would say for this time, say 25%. 5% here. Okay, that looks okay to me. But sometimes, normally, I'm done with it. From these two layers and that to make up my adjustment. But sometimes, if when I want a little bit of some finesse in terms of the contrast, I will create a S-curve adjustment layer on top. And then I'll come here to this sample here. So the top one here, click on it. And then I'll look at what I'm trying to do. So here we have some highlights. You can see some highlights on the skin tones. I want to bring the highlight bring it up a bit more, just increase it slightly. So I'll click and hold and then move it up slightly. You can check the S-curve and see the effect, what's happening when I move it. So I'm moving it up. Move it up a bit. Yeah. And then maybe the blacks as well, the dark areas. Just bring it down slightly here. Okay, so the forehead, let me see here. Okay, so see here, before and after, there. So yeah, this is it. In my opinion, this is what I'll call this done and dusted, and then so what I would do here, I would just create a group. I'll group the adjustments, name it black and white, and that's it. I'm done with this. So this method will work with other images. So let me try on different image and see what we get. So here with this, so again, this image we have, the gray or black backdrop. He's wearing a bit of, some color shirt here. This shirt here probably has a bit of magenta in here, some cyan in here, and of course the blue jeans that he's wearing. So let's create two black and white adjustment layers. Again, hide the top layer, come down to the bottom layer, and then just work with the color sliders here. Yeah. So I said, there seems to be some green tint in the backdrop. So I'll bring it more deeper so it will darken it. And then the blue, the jeans, tone it down slightly a bit here, and the shirt too, just down. Yeah. And this looks good. This looks good. Let's bring a bit of slight contrast to that. So come back to the top layer again, and since I made it, I'll just bring the visibility on, change it to soft light again, and then bring the opacity all the way down to 0 to start from ground zero. And then from there, let's just move it back in. So 15%, yeah, it's good. And yeah, so it works for this one too. This is just to show you that it works on variety of images. You can. Let's try. Let's see. This image here. So this image again, yes, all skin work is done. Just a little bit, try to see what the black and white adjustment will work on. So we create two black and white adjustment layers, hide the visibility of the top one, come down to the bottom layer, and then the color sliders, move it in. There we go. Bit of yellow here. Bring it in. So this image generally they were only say red, yellow, and green. Not much other colors. If you look at the original, yeah, there's not much other colors in there. So just the green with the leaves. The yellow a bit here. Yeah. So this as well. Just turn the visibility for this top layer on. Here we go. And then come back, turn it to the blend mode to soft light. Again, turn its opacity all the way down to 0 here. And once you get to the 0, then you move a little bit back. See here. So maybe with this, I would say 20%. Yeah, 20% looks okay to me, I think. We can try and see what the curve layer would do. Again, just here, click on here. Okay. Think here. So, okay. I'm happy with this one, I think. Let me reduce the opacity a bit here to probably 50% on this. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'll normally do. Let me group the layers here. So we have before, after, and you see how. So this technique works. It's very simple. Like, you don't have to think too much into it, go into other complicated masking and whatnot. This works. It works with a lot of images. So normally this is what I'll stick with, unless I'm doing something unusual. But normally here, but I also I can do the conversion in Capture One as well. Sometimes I just go in, I'll do it Capture One. Maybe there'll be another tutorial that I will do in Capture One as well at some point, if people want to see that. But this is spot on, and you can use this for any image. So try it on your own images and see what you think. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at George Q. Thank you for watching.